What is the Morrison government doing to ensure families can give their children the best possible start in life?
Minister for Families and Social Services, Senator Ruston.
Thank you very much, Mr President, and thank you very much, Senator McLaughlin, for what I think is probably one of the most important questions you could ask, and that is, how do we support our children and make sure that we have well-functioning families to ensure that that support is able to be delivered. Because we know that children's development and their growth is so important to what happens to them later in life. Each year, the federal government invests more than $260 million in early interventions and prevention services under families and children's activity and family mental health support services. As a government, the programs we invest in are about giving children the best possible start in life. Early support for families plays a really important role in making sure that we support and prevent families from family breakdown, child neglect, family violence, substance abuse, mental illness, and of course making sure that the transitioning of young children into school is the highest possible priority for any child. The flow-on effects of this are really very clear. It builds protections and skills and resilience in our young people so that they can go off into their life and we can avoid intergenerational disadvantage, which is so important. And intensive family support programs are one example of the kind of programs that we have been targeting. Early intervention programs we know reduce child neglect by working intensively with vulnerable families to improve parenting capabilities. On top of this, obviously, our childcare subsidy is a very important part to help working families make sure that they are in a position to be able to access early learning opportunities for their children. We are listening to providers and working collaboratively to make sure that we achieve the outcomes for our children that we'd like to see. We know longer-term ongoing funding is absolutely critical to future planning, and over the next 5 years we will invest more than $1.2 billion. A major task we are now undertaking is the development successor for the national framework for protecting Australia's children.
Senator McLaughlin, a supplementary question.
Yes, Minister. I think it's a program called HIPPY, which is helping prepare children. How is it doing so to improve their learning outcomes?
Senator Ruston.
Correct. Thank you very much, Mr President. And yes, I can confirm, Senator Wong, it is a Brotherhood of St Lawrence program, and it has been amazingly successful. And the most important thing about this program, which goes very much to my heart, and I know it goes to Senator McLaughlin's heart, is that it's focusing on giving the same sort of opportunities for children that live in the regions as those that in metropolitan areas, because we want to make sure every child in Australia has access to the opportunity of being able to have the best possible start in life. And in my home state, or our home state, Senator McLaughlin of South Australia, we're really proud of the Brotherhood of St Lawrence program, the HIPPY program, and what it's achieving on the ground. In fact, last week they launched 2 amazing reports that show the success of the program since it's been in place from the Murray Bridge Centre and delivering programs in the Murraylands. And can I thank the member for Barker who represented me last week whilst I was in quarantine, unfortunately unable to attend. But the HIPPY program recognises the importance in rural communities of supporting
Senator
our young
Ruston,
children.
time for the answers expired. Senator McLaughlin, a final supplementary question.
Minister, for regional families and children, what specific programs are helping to get kids and their parents ready for school?
Senator McLaughlin.
Well,
Senator Ruston.
Sorry. Oh, did you? Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
sorry, Mr President. Well, Senator McLaughlin, I mean, this HIPPY program is an absolute classic example of the kind of program that is absolutely focused on our regional and rural communities. It is a 2-year home-based parenting and early childhood learning program. And what it does is it seeks to support parents and carers of young children aged between 4 and 5 so that they can actually assist in the learning of those children, sort of like the child's first teacher. But what it is about intervening early to make sure that we are assisting in the growth and development of young children, to make sure that the circumstances of a child do not impede their growth or their readiness for school, because we know that young children, when they first start school, if they're in a position to be school ready at that time, end up being advanced much more quickly than those children that start with
Senator Ruston.